Welcome to the Roasted Snow Horror Show,
where fear and dread go head to head.
Welcome to the show, where the screams collide, where blood runs cold, and the shadows hide. Each week a fight, two films will clash. Last week's champ, will it burn to ash? The Roasted Snow Horror Show, where fear and gore will always flow. One film wins, one must go. The Roasted Snow Horror Show. Lights go down, the fight begins. Which nightmare takes the final win? You pick your side, we'll break it down. The Roasted Snow, the goriest showdown.
and here are your hosts.
Chris and Ryan!
Welcome, everyone, to the Roasted Snow Horror Show. Today, we're needing help. A lot of it. So, I'm your host, Ryan Rosted. Everybody thinks my last name is Roasted. I'm wearing my Savannah banana hat because in this movie, they eat fucking bananas. With me is my co-host, the Snowman, Chris Snow, the Viagra pill of the face, the sexual Tyrannosaurus, and apparently fucking Dirty Mike.
Shout out to Dirty Mike and the boys!
Are you Dirty Mike and the boys?
How you doing,
Friend
man?
of the show. Friend of the show, Dirty Mike and the boys. Yep. I'm doing good. How are you?
Really good, man. Really good.
Do
been a hell of a
you,
week.
after seeing this movie, do you want to go on a tropical vacation anytime soon?
Hell no. Nope. Nope. I like my own house. I pay a mortgage. I'm happy to enjoy that mortgage, and all of my stuff's here. How about that?
There you go. There you go. So, anyway, guys, we are obviously, you tune into this episode, we're looking at the new movie, the new Rachel McAdams, Sam Raimi movie, Send Help.
Send Help.
But we do have a couple things to get to. We hope you guys checked out our PG-13 episode. That was definitely not PG-13. Not by a...
We used more than one F-bomb in the first 5 minutes, so that tanked us.
Yep. You antagonized me on that one.
Did I pull it out of you?
You knew you were going to do that, yeah. Because you just know me. You just get me, Chris. You just get me.
That's why we do the show, buddy.
That's why we do it. Hi, love ya.
Love ya.
So we hope you guys check that out. We had a lot of fun doing it. We fucked up quite a bit of it.
Boy, did we get some bleepers and some bloopers in that one.
Oh, man, it's so fucking good. I love it. So, yeah, let us know what you think, guys. But, Chris, this is coming out on Friday, and do you know what is happening on Friday?
What comes out on Friday?
Well, it's not a movie, if that's what you're going at. It is actually the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. So those wannabes got nothing on us. So we are doing the Roasted Snow Olympics right now. And this one, I'm telling you right now, this one has some surprises. To the fact where I even had to adjust the format a little bit. But I will get into that. So coming in with the bronze, they are probably our most consistent country, and we love you guys out there. It is Ireland.
What's
Irish
up, Ireland? We love you guys.
Yep, you guys are always bringing it. Absolutely love you. We do also have some in Northern Ireland as well. Not the same country, obviously, but we will give love to all the Irelands here. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting, because when I was doing my research and pulling the numbers, we actually are turning the bronze and the silver, or the silver and the gold, into not countries but continents, because the way the numbers went out. So with the silver, they've been in here before. They're back. It's the continent of fucking Australia. Welcome,
What's up,
guys.
Australia?
Yep, you guys are always here for us. We love you. Thank you so much. I got to get out to Australia one day. Even though
we're gonna go do a live podcast down there, right?
Yep. And then I got to get to Space Australia with our boy Dak and Predator there. But and then with the gold coming in, there were multiple countries in this continent that had similar numbers, and I could not just pick one. So I'm going to award the entire continent as a whole. And do you just want to guess what continent it is?
I was gonna make a joke, but I don't know if I should.
Let's hear it.
Is it my father continent?
It might be. With the gold, it is Africa.
Let's go! It is indeed.
It wasn't a joke. It was factual. We
love you, Africa.
We had Uganda. We had Nigeria in there. You guys friggin' brought it. And I was texting you earlier in the week. I'm just like, God damn, Africa loves them some fucking sisu.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They love them some Nazi killing and some Russian killing down there.
Love it. Love it. So thank you guys. I didn't expect it to be a continental
we see you, we hear you, we love you. Thank you for listening to the show.
Yep, and continue. And we will try to work in some more Nazi killing episodes. Check out Silent Night, Deadly Night. That has some Nazi killing.
Hey.
Absolutely. So thank you guys. Best of luck at the actual Olympics coming up here. It's going to be fantastic. Are you more of a summer or a winter Olympic guy?
I'm a winter Olympic guy myself.
Same.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in the minority there. I feel like most people go to the summer.
I love the, if you remember, I think you and I must have been in, you must have been in like 4th grade, maybe 5th grade, when the Nagano Winter Olympics were held in Nagano, Japan. Those are the ones that really hooked me in because we did a whole like project about the gold medal winners and the silver medal winners. And, they did Salt Lake City, I think the next Winter Olympics 4 years later, and they got the original 1980 Miracle team to light the torch. I was just hooked after that.
Well, the 1980 team now has a documentary on Netflix, and I watched it the other day.
I was going to text you, but I was like, I know he's already watching it. I cannot wait.
Well, because they kept saying that it's better than the actual movie, and I was like, is it? There's so much stuff that's in the movie that I thought was just popped up for Hollywood. That was true. And just hearing it raw from the players and from and actually seeing the footage is just like, man, if I could go back in time to one sporting event, it's probably that one. Just to see it. So absolutely love that. What's your go-to event? I'm gonna stay away from hockey because that's mine. So I'll give you my second one. But what's your go-to?
So I am a big speed skating guy. Just the freaking. I love it.
That stresses me out. And by the way, when you were doing that, you were cutting out, so it looked like you were actually, teleporting. There you go. Oh shit, where'd he go? Fuck.
I'm speed skating, baby.
Stop.
You don't know where I'm gonna be.
Apollo Antonono, was that his name?
Apollo Ono.
Speed skater. Yep. Mm-hmm. That stresses me out because their blades are so long, and I'm like, if one person even slightly fucks up, this is gonna be bad.
It's gonna be really bad.
Speed skating's always fun. I love this next sport mainly because of the movie, but I actually enjoy watching it, and I would love to try it sometime, is bobsled.
Oh, Cool Runnings. Yeah, man.
Cool Runnings. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Love that.
It's probably super stressful in there because it seems easy. You just sit in a sled and you turn, you do that, but all the mechanics that go into it and the training is insane. But shout out Cool Runnings. I could watch that any day. I love that movie. But
Classic.
Okay, so we go from bobsled to the next best thing, and that is getting stranded on a fucking island. So, all right. So, do you want to give us your initial thoughts on this?
Man, you guys know I love Sam Raimi. I love damn near every movie Sam Raimi's done. We've talked about the Evil Dead franchise on this show. We've talked about Drag Me to Hell on this show. We have probably mentioned Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 at some point on this show. A lot of some that have flown under the radar, a movie called Darkman with Liam Neeson. Fantastic Sam Raimi film. I mean, this dude just knows, number one, how to make, thrillers, how to make horror movies, obviously how to make, call them action movies, obviously Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. He knows how to inject comedy into what he's doing. He's a good friend of Bruce Campbell, so Bruce Campbell pops up everywhere, including Send Help. But this one was another banger, man. I really liked it. I liked the premise. I do have a secret crush on Rachel McAdams, so I'm always happy to see a movie that has Rachel McAdams. Yeah,
who doesn't, man?
Always happy to see a Rachel McAdams movie. I'd make a really good boyfriend, just saying.
Viagra
but yeah, man. Yeah, I really love this one, man. I love the premise. Rachel McAdams turned into a badass in this one, which was awesome to watch. I guess the ultimate question that I have for you, and we'll get into this a little bit later, but do you empathize with Rachel McAdams' character or no?
I go back and forth.
Okay.
It was one of those movies, and I'll just tell you this. whether you enjoy these types of movies or not, and I'll get into more of the spoiler version. First of all, I absolutely recommend seeing this movie. This isn't one where, like last week, Silent Hill, it's like, hey, you guys can probably skip it.
Yeah, skip it.
I do recommend this one. And I would put money down that this is the best performance of Rachel McAdams' career. I feel like she plays the same type of person in a lot of movies. She does a lot of romantic comedies. Obviously, Mean Girls, she stepped out of her comfort zone a little bit. But this one, her range or derange, she's deranged a little, maybe.
100%. 100% crazy.
Just absolutely, and yeah, I would go back and forth throughout the movie. I'm like, oh, this guy's a dick. Oh, wow, she's crazy. Oh, well, he's kind of nice. Oh, well. And it really does keep you on your toes like that. And I mean, it's two people stranded on a desert island. Like, these two people have to carry the film. There are a couple other cast members sprinkled in here that make an appearance, but I said in my notes, because I didn't know much about the guy that played Bradley, the boss, and I looked up like his filmography. He was in like the Maze Runner movies, but I called him. I thought his performance was fantastic as well, but I called him, and this is not a diss, but he is Timu Adrian Brody.
I'll get signed on with that hot take.
Yeah. So,
well, of course, then we have the always fantastic Dennis Haysbert. Are you in good hands? That's Geico, Stan.
But
Are
he's
you in
only
good
in
hands?
it for like the first 5 minutes. Like, I'm not touching that. I'm not smelling that. Yeah. So yeah, and you know what? He was also in Love and Basketball. That's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
Fantastic. God, I love that
so
film.
good. And, I mean, obviously not a horror, but it's. I told my wife about that. I was like,
such
she's
a
like,
good
"Oh, what's a
movie."
romantic comedy?" And I was like, "Love and Basketball. Let's do it." And she's like, "Really? That was your go-to?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, it's my go-to. Let's go."
Well, it's not really a comedy. It's definitely a drama.
It's romantic drama, yeah. Because
but it's damn it, it's good. Sanaa Lathan was my crush in high school too. That woman is beautiful.
What a movie, yeah. So Roast Snow Horror Show covering Love and Basketball. Here we go. Fuck USC. No. But,
and Notre Dame.
Yeah. Hey, knock it off. Sorry to all the Duke fans in the last episode for torching you on a offhanded comment.
You're not sorry.
I'm not sorry at all. But, you know, our lawyer said I had to say something, so I'm saying.
Cassian said I had to.
You forgot to read the script.
Yep. So, but going back to your point, yeah, I didn't have it one way or another, and even this, like, I saw the movie. We're recording this on a Sunday. I saw it last night on Saturday night, so I've been thinking about it all day and kind of where I wanted it to go, and just kind of what to think about it. So, I guess, do you want to start with the spoiler-free, or do you want me to do that one?
Yeah, I'll jump in on the spoiler-free version. So, we have our we'll start out and call her our heroine, because we're going to get into the spoiler version a little bit later, and you guys can decide for yourself how you want to kind of interpret this. But we have our heroine, Rachel McAdams. Linda Liddle is her name. Rolls off the tongue really well.
But Liddle.
Yes, not T.
Little.
Liddle. And she is working in finance, and she has been promised a long overdue promotion by her former boss. And unfortunately, his son Bradley is obliged to give her that promotion, but he's kind of already given the promotion to somebody else. So you get into that a little bit, and he's kind of actually thinking of transferring Linda to just a dead-end position. Because, he's a young guy, mid-20s, maybe late 20s, kind of just a douchebag, just a jerk. He's your typical rich kid inheriting the company stereotype, right? So naturally, Linda has a problem with this, and Bradley suggests that she accompany him, his buddy Donovan, who he gave the promotion to, and a couple other executives.
It's his frat buddy, that steals her work, and they go
100%.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%. He suggests that she come to Bangkok with them to finalize the merger, just as call it a show of good faith. Well, while on the way to Bangkok, their ship goes down, and the movie deals with Linda and Bradley's survival on an island after surviving the initial plane crash. And kind of prior to your point earlier, Ryan, Linda may not be as straight edge as we think, and maybe has some survival tendencies. We do see a audition tape that she made for Survivor, because she does have some skills that her jerk boss Bradley decides to play while on the plane to embarrass her. So we know that she can survive in the wilderness, and, well, suffice to say that survival does ensue, but it's more of a game of, how should we say, cat and mouse between the two of them?
Right.
Who's going to kill who?
Mm-hmm. It's that long-standing scenario. It's like if you're trapped on a desert island with one person, you know, who would that be and who wouldn't it be? And I'm guessing most people listening, you wouldn't pick your boss to be stuck there with. It is truly a cat and mouse, and the dynamics change almost with every scene. And you are guessing, you're like, okay, is this sincere that they're saying? Is this, that? And they're there for a while. It's not just like a 3-day thing, whatever. But yeah, with that, I mean, I know that we both recommend this, but I recommend you get off this podcast right now if you haven't seen it and go see it, because we're gonna get into some shit. So
definitely go see it.
Get the fuck out. And here we go. So as Chris said, Linda Liddle is she's very socially awkward. She lives at home with her parrot, cockatoo, whatever it is.
Oh no, birds are very clean animals. He's no trouble at all.
God damn it! What the fuck did you put in this bird seed?
And she binge watches Survivor, and she's like, if this person gets eliminated, you know, like we've all been there. We talk to our pets and whatnot, but you get the feeling that she is not like, she's not in the dating scene. Doesn't have a lot of friends, which is weird to say because it's Rachel McAdams.
It's Rachel McAdams, yeah.
Yeah. But she really does play it like she is this like homebody, and that she, does not have a lot of social skills. And so she's all pumped about this promotion. She's like, tomorrow they're going to introduce Bradley as the new head of the company. He's going to promote me, and even Mr. Allstate, he even says, he's like, you know, your father promised her a promotion, and like this company does not run without her, because one of the first scenes is she's at the office and she is doing all these reports, and Donovan, who ends up getting the promotion, comes out and he goes, okay, hey, do you have those reports? And she goes, yeah, and starts following him into the meeting to present those reports. He goes, oh, they actually narrowed this meeting down, but everybody will know that it's yours because your name's on it. It's just this little fucking sticky note on top of it. Of course, when he gets into the meeting room, which is all windows, by the way, it's like, you know, your classic boardroom. So she can see it, and obviously he takes off the her name and says like, wow, I lost a lot of sleep over this. And so he's a douchebag too, totally. So basically he gets the promotion. She goes storming into Bradley's office, and there's an interesting thing where she's eating this tuna sandwich in her first meeting with him, and she has a little bit left right there, and he just is so fixated on that he can't even tell what she's saying.
Moly, mo, bloody mole.
Mole.
Yes, nice to mole you. Meet you. Nice to meet you, mole. Don't say mole.
Stop.
I said mole.
Stop.
Bye, mole. Mole. Mole.
Oh, shut up!
Mole, 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 mole.
I know I'm not supposed to talk about the mole, but it's a mole.
Yep.
Insert scene here.
Or yep. Or how about Uncle Buck, where he's just like, go down to the sewer and have a rat gnaw that thing off your face.
Take this quarter. Go downtown and have a rat gnaw that thing off your face.
So, a couple clips there. Awesome. Hope you guys see those movies. But yeah, so she goes rolling into his office, and he's like, you're pissed about the non-promotion. She's like, well, yeah, I'm pissed. And he's like, oh, you know, your skills are immeasurable. You know, giving her the company line, like, you know, I got to make tough choices, this and that. Clearly, she knows she's way more qualified than Donovan. And he basically tells her that she didn't get the promotion because she does not have the best outward appearance for the company. That people have complained about smelling like tuna, and how she just needs to like play golf and dress better. And she makes a point of like her shoes. I forget what she calls her shoes, but her shoes are all dirty and old. And
he says she's boorish.
Yeah, very boorish. And but yes, gives her that good faith to be like, hey, come to the trip with us and prove me wrong. That's all you got to do is prove me wrong. So she's all excited about it. And I think she comes out to the tarmac and they're kind of like, oh, you got to be shitting me. So I don't believe they thought that she was going to come. But she gets on the plane and she's sitting in the way back, and it's this corporate jet, so it's very fancy. But the four bros are sitting up front, and
doing
that's
the bro
when
thing.
Yep. She's working hard on these reports, and she's going in depth on this. And they're watching the Survivor video. She doesn't notice it right away. She has her headphones in, and she's just working away. And her video is pretty cringy. It's
almost like if you look at cringe, if you follow the cringe TikTok's Reddit feed, it's kind of like that.
It's bad. It kind of reminded me of did you ever see Hot Rod?
Yeah, Andy Samberg.
Danger. Reminded me of that. So, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Neither here nor there, but Hot Rod, fucking love it. So she finally notices what they're doing. She takes her headphones out. You know, they're laughing. They're kind of staring back at her.
Well, I will say this on that before. Sorry, I just want to say that one of the things that the movie does do is it actually does showcase that she has some extensive survival skills.
Yes.
And you can tell, like, oh, she actually does know how to take care of herself in the wilderness.
Yeah, she's not just, on Survivor. Like, they do little subtle pans to, like, she has her, like, workbooks, and then she also has, like, Survival 101 and how to do this, how to do that. So you're seeing a movie about someone getting stranded on a desert island. You know that, or a desert island if you don't know how to spell. But, yeah, lovely. So you kind of know, especially if you've seen the trailer, that, like, she's the one that's going to carry the team here. She says the line in the trailer, like, we're not in the office anymore. You're stuck here with a shitty boss. So the plane hits some turbulence, and this just goes into Bradley's douchebag nature, because the pilot comes on and is like, please put on your seatbelts, and he goes, yeah, if you're a pussy. And of course Donovan doesn't put on his seatbelt, and I think he might be the only one with the seatbelt on, and obviously Linda also has her seatbelt on. This is where some really bad CGI comes in, and I'm not sure why movies do this when their whole plot point is on a plane crash or a train crash or whatever. Really not great CGI. Obviously, everybody dies except for Bradley and Linda.
Well, let's talk about what Dickhead Donovan tries to do.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Dickhead Donovan, so a hole gets blown out of the side of the plane. So he is getting sucked out. He is holding on to Rachel McAdams. She's trying to save him. She's actively trying to save him. And then he's saying, give me your seat, give me your seat, give me your seat. It's like, the fuck? The plane is exploding. What are you talking about? So he will not let go. So then the first kind of hint that Rachel McAdams has a mean streak is she takes a fork that has fallen, and she just stabs the shit out of his hand so that he
because he was trying to use the seatbelt. He's almost trying to strangle her with it.
Yep. And so he goes out. One of his other colleagues go out. They're dead. Pilots are dead, presumably. They never say yay or nay. But I guess they do at the end. But they do all these cutaways, and that's why I thought it was interesting with the plane crash. You didn't have to show the whole thing. You could have done a cutaway. You can kind of understand. And one of my notes is like, because she's floating in the water late at night, or it's dark, it's middle of the night, and she sees this island off in the distance. It's pretty fucking far off in the distance. It's not like right there, which that's one of my biggest fears, is just being stuck in the ocean in the middle of the night.
That's a significant, horrifying.
That terrified me right
dark.
there, because and I'm just gonna say that maybe she drifted to the island somehow.
She just wake up.
She wakes up on the island, kind of figuring out what's going on, where she's at, what to do. And then if you want to take take it over here on what she finds, who she finds.
Yeah. So, like you said, she wakes up on the island because she obviously freed herself from the plane. She's in the Gulf of Thailand, so they're kind of they're down there in that area. And lo and behold, as she wakes up on the island, she finds Mr. Bradley himself has also survived. He has a pretty significant leg injury, which leaves him, I don't want to say paralyzed, but he can't help himself. He's pretty hurt. No other survivors. Everyone else died. It's just the two of them. So rather than, the fact that she's there with him, she doesn't, rather than just leave him on to his own devices, she does put together a shelter. She used those survival skills we were kind of talking about. She obtains food. She obtains water. She's willing to help Bradley. But Bradley's dumbass doesn't really can't understand that she's trying to help him. And he goes back to ordering her around. I'm the boss. You're going to do what I say. Go do this. Go do that. I'm completely helpless because I'm laying here with my leg all messed up. You do that.
Why haven't you sent a distress signal? Yeah.
Yep. How are you going to get us out of here? Why haven't you done this? How are you going to get a hold of the boat? All that stuff. Well, what Bradley fails to realize is Linda's not really in a mood to put up with his bullshit, and she does not. So she responds by abandoning him for 2 days. And not only does she just abandon him, laying there, unable to move, he is completely exposed to the hot sun. He has nothing to drink. She literally leaves him there thinking, oh, I'm going to die. And quite frankly, you know what? The little son of a bitch deserved it. I'm just going to come out and say that. But just as he
acted at the start, for sure. Yeah,
the way he acts, I mean, it's just like, this son of a bitch. And just as he pretty much gives up and accepts, like, yeah, I'm dead. I'm going to die. He collapses from thirst. He's done. Linda returns. Now, she's been out doing her thing. She returns. She gives him some water. She kind of brings him back from the brink. And he still remains kind of to his own downfall, I should say. He still remains defiant, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to build my own camp, and I'm going to try to survive it myself. And he tries to make his own shelter, and he tries to make his own camp, and he knows nothing about what he's doing. So sure enough, he comes crawling back to Linda because all of his effort fails. And he finally, I think in doing that, he kind of finally realizes, like, if I want to survive out here and if I want to survive this, I'm going to have to stick with her because she's the one that knows what she's doing. So he crawls back to Linda, and the tables turn a little bit, and that not only does he crawl back amicably, but Linda kind of starts ordering him around. You do this. Now you're going to do this. Now you're going to do this. So how the turntables have turned. Is a little bit of justice in this regard, and it's about this time where Linda actually she notices a boat offshore because they've been there for a while now. They've been there for a few days. She notices a boat sailing offshore close by that she could probably get its attention, but kind of to your point prior, Ryan, maybe she's a little bit deranged because she actually ignores the boat and does not do anything to get its attention because she wants to stay on the island. She's okay with being
there. When she
there.
mutters to herself, she goes, "Not yet."
Yeah, she's fine with it. She's like, you know what?
You can tell that she kind of has a little bit of a thing for Bradley. She thinks he's attractive, and
I mean, he's good looking for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But she is also getting off on this power trip that she's on. There's a part, I think it's before she discovers the boat. Excuse me.
Well, and that goes to another point to ask you a question. Yep. If you're stuck on a desert island with someone, are you going to bang them?
I mean, how long does it take? I mean,
that's a good question. Okay. In my mind, I'm like, you know what? That's the last thing on my mind because I'm just trying to survive and I'm not at my house with all my stuff. But 2 or 3 days is probably like, yeah.
Well, you got to keep the morale high.
You got to keep the morale high.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, because she progressively gets more attractive as the movie goes on.
That's the funny thing. Like, the longer she's on the island, the more attractive and, like, confident and stronger that she gets, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, and so you can kind of see, like, he's kind of thinking that too. But there's a part early in the movie, or not early in the movie, but after they get to the island, where she says, hey, I found some wild boar tracks. I'm going to go hunt it. And she hasn't really hunted anything. Again, a really dumb CGI boar. It kind of resembled, I think the one in Anaconda was even better.
Yeah.
But
I think they made this movie for like $40 million.
Right. Like, she fucked up this boar. And she, again, it's Sam Raimi. He loves covering his actors and everything. So she is covered in blood and snot and just all this crap. And so then she goes back to camp and she just chucks the boar's severed head which leads to when they're
So
actually
awesome.
when they're actually eating that night, because he's like, oh, finally Bradley's like, thank you, because now they have some sustainable food, they have some protein, they can actually get their strength up a little bit.
They have a shelter.
Yep, all provided by her. She's done it all, and she's not even like, she's glowing. She's thrilled.
She's enjoying it. She's enjoying this.
So like, there's this fun scene where he's still like, you know, a little upset that he's not in power, and she goes, and she's like, "What's so funny?" And she's like, "You're here all lazy with your busted leg, and I'm bringing home the bacon." So it's a great line because they're literally eating this boar. But then, like, to your point, like, she literally, so she went fishing while he was building his own camp and they were not talking. And when he comes over, it's because she has set out like a full spread. Like, there's sauce, there's sushi, there's
thing.
Everything. She's using chopsticks. Like, it's like she made this luxury thing. It's so funny. Because then he has to come back. Eventually his strength does get up in his leg. To where she's like, "Hey, let's go for a walk. We get your strength up," which is fucking weird because they go up to this full fucking cliff, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
Sense of foreboding.
Yes. And she points to this. It's literally an X, the rocks that are an X at the top of this other hill in the distance, and she goes, "Don't go. If you ever go over there, don't, because it's full of thorn bushes. Like, you're gonna die if you go over there, because, you know, I didn't even trek. I saw it and I wouldn't go over there." Obviously, you know, that's where she saw the boat. Doesn't want him over there. But one of the notes that my wife said was, when she was in the woods doing one of her recons, there's a big ass tree with like a huge fucking trunk, and all she was saying to me is like, "Why is that tree so big?" It is the tree version of Big Dick Alpha, and I'm not sure why, but it was there, which is also a tree. If you're talking,
It's 100% a tree. It's a trunk. It's a swinging trunk.
It is a swinging trunk. But that's neither here nor there. So they have this back and forth, and it gets to a point where actually, one of my favorite parts of the movie, this sequence, is they're getting. Is this when they got drunk? No.
Yeah, she's made some homemade alcohol. She's fermented some things and showed him how to make homemade alcohol when they're drinking that night.
Right.
She confesses some things to him.
Yes, confesses that she was married once and that he wasn't a great guy and an alcoholic, and how she would always take his keys when he was drunk.
He was domestic violence. He would
yes.
beat her. He was abusive.
Mm-hmm. And so she said he died in a car crash because he was hammered, and she, you know, was done with his shit and just gave him the keys. Which, you know, they never say if that is actually 1,000% true or not, or if she had more direct involvement in his death. But that's one of the many things that you can leave up to interpretation. But because he ends up cooking for her.
Well, that's why he was he repays her that night after she confesses. He's like, I'll cook dinner.
Yeah.
And this son of a bitch.
She had shown him prior how to spot a poisonous berry, and how, like, you rub it on your skin. So he actually has put this into a spread that he made. So of course Rachel McAdams is like paralyzed now.
He's poisoned her after all she's done for him. He poisons her,
and he's led on this whole time that, like, he's, you know, they're friends now, and, like, you know, they can get along and they can help each other. She's paralyzed essentially. She's like foaming at the mouth, and he's like, ha 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 ha. Finds this, takes out this raft that he's been secretly building, and he's leaving the shore, and he's literally like, "Fuck you, Linda," and then he becomes Moana. He's trying to get past the reef. That's all I could think about is fucking Moana.
To the life where the sky meets the sea, it calls me.
No one goes beyond the reef. And so he gets past the first wave, everything's good, and then his whole thing goes to shit. He is awful.
It's not a well-made raft.
No, not at all. It starts out okay, and then it's like, what's your fucking plan after that? Like, come on.
What are you trying to do?
So he gets washed back up on shore, and Linda is not as incapacitated as he would have liked. You want to take it over here on this, how do I say,
This is where the derangement kind of kicks in?
Yep.
Maybe? Mm-hmm. So Linda realizes what he's done to her, and she's not too happy. She's none too happy about it, I should say. So even though she rescues him as he kind of washes up, we should say, she takes an octopus, which you guys know that some octopi have venom, paralyzing venom. And sure enough, she paralyzes Bradley with some octopus venom to get back at him, per se. And while he's paralyzed, she pretends to... How do I say this? She pretends to castrate him. I'll just come right off and say it. Because he can't see anything.
They do it so great.
Yeah, because he can't see, he can't feel anything. So she's just like...
Well, and she even says, she's like, you can't move, you can't feel anything, but you're going to appreciate that here. And she's like... And we should say, in this time that they were separated in one of their tiffs, she has a knife. She says it washed up on shore. So there's always this he always wants the knife because he wants to have the power. It's the only true weapon that they have. So she takes this knife and she's like, I'm going to take the thing that you love most. You're not going to need it here anyway. And so she starts, it's all off camera. You just see his face. She starts cutting and you can hear it. And you're just like, I'm squirming in my seat. Blood splatters up. You're like, oh my God.
She's really doing it.
Are you fucking kidding me? And it's not really his, it's not his big dick alpha. It's
she's not actually castrating him.
No, she holds up a rat that she has gutted. And she's like, next time it won't be a rat. And this is really where Rachel McAdams flips the switch. She
100%. She's kind of over his bullshit. Yeah, and she even tells him when she's fake castrating him, she's like, my career is effectively over. I have nothing to go home to. What do I have to go home to?
Yeah, and she's thriving out there. This is her dream, I guess. She is just absolutely happy. This is where the movie takes a little bit of a turn because they've been there. She
goes a little cuckoo, cuckoo.
Yeah. So she's going on one of her hikes.
You know what she actually reminds me of? She reminds me of Jack Torrance in The Shining. She starts off normal, and as it goes on, she's just kind of like...
So, to me, she's might be scarier than Jack Torrance because she has a full control about what she's doing. She's not under an influence of a hotel or a spirit. This has all been living in her mind, and now it's coming to the forefront because she
vengeance.
Pretty much. And this is where I started to sympathize with Bradley, which was weird for me because I was like,
he's an asshole.
I'm like, he is an asshole, but does he deserve all this? I wouldn't trust her either. If you're picking up on some of the things, I wouldn't have been a dick when she saved my life and all this other crap. I would not be that big of a dick to her. But so Linda goes to a other part of the island scavenging, and she sees a boat coming.
My
boat! A boat! The gods have given me!
And she's like, oh fuck. Because now she's in the sight line of this boat. Who is on the boat is this boat captain and Bradley's fiance.
Zuri.
Yep. Who has, and she's got this really nice ring that they show a bunch to, drive home the point that she is rich, she is privileged, but she has kept up. She finds Linda. She's like, oh my God, Linda. She's ecstatic. She finally has some hope. The boat comes to the island, and you can see Rachel McAdams. You're just like,
the wheels are turning.
What's she gonna do to these guys? And basically, you find out through the fiance that the search was called off weeks ago, and she has made it her mission to search all these islands for Bradley. And Linda says, "Yeah, Bradley's safe. Bradley's fine." Decides to take them to him, but they go on the same cliff that they were on earlier. And when Bradley and Linda were on this cliff earlier, Linda almost fell off and died, but Bradley saved her life, and said, basically, hey, we're even, essentially. There's another scene where it's raining. They get to a cave, which my wife also said, like, why didn't they just live in the cave the whole time? They're able to, use body warmth for heat, which my mind always goes to without a paddle for that.
Yeah.
My mind's telling
We
me
can
no.
cuddle up. My mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me yeah.
Every time.
My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. Baby.
And
Fuck R.
Matthew
Kelly.
Lillard, love that movie. Anyway, so neither here nor there, but they probably should have set up camp over there, because their camp gets wiped out and whatnot. But these are all little minor parts that happen throughout the movie. But so Rachel McAdams knows that this cliff is not stable in this specific spot. So she's leading them. She's like, oh, I got to tie my shoe, just down that ridge over there. And of course, Zuri falls. She's hanging on. The boat captain's trying to pull her up. And, well, you don't see it at first. And the boat captain's like, help me. Cuts to black. You don't know what happened. I mean, you can guess what happened. She comes back to the camp and she is just completely distraught. She's just like, she's not herself. She even tells Bradley, because they make a lot of these corporate jokes during the movie, and she goes, I'm going to take a sick day. And so Bradley decides to go little boar hunting himself. And he goes to another secluded part of the beach, and he finds this boar. But this boar is trying to dig out a hand that is sticking out of the sand, and he finds out that it is his fiance's hand because the ring is on there. And then I guess if you want to take over how this leads to their next interaction.
Yeah, so obviously Bradley finds Zuri's corpse, kind of puts two and two together, confronts Linda about it. She does admit, and she straight up admits to it. She's like, yeah, I did it. And Bradley, the flip kind of switches in his mind at that point because he tries to kill Linda. And I will give props to Rachel McAdams and the other, I can't remember the other guy's name.
Dylan O'Brien, I think.
Dylan O'Brien, yeah, and the direction of this scene, because they have a really brutal hand-to-hand fight. And you don't see, I mean, we've seen a million fights in cinema, right? This one was pretty good. Linda, I mean, Bradley gouges one of Linda's eyes, well, partially gouges one of her eyes out.
And they show it, like his thumb going in there. There's some scalping going on.
Yep, some scalping going on. Some stomach stabby stab happening. But yeah, they have it out. They really have it out. I mean, it's pretty brutal. He partially gouged one of her eyes out. She gets a hold of her knife and stabs him right in the stomach. And then obviously that kind of puts an end to it. It's hard to fight with it when you've been stuck like a pig. So he runs off, he flees, and he flees back to where you remember when he flees across the island around to where she said, don't go near that, don't go over there where I saw the boat. He goes that direction, and lo and behold, there's actually a nice beautiful beach house over there.
Which I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's like, you have got to be kidding me. The whole time they've been stuck on this island for weeks, there's some rich Thailander privateer probably who owns his own beautiful beach house that's built up on the other side of the island.
Well, and not only a beach house, but it looked exactly like the one in Primate. So yep. I was waiting for Ben to fucking pop out.
Good call. It did look like the Primate house.
I didn't see a ceiling fan in there though. So.
So he sees this beach house. He's kind of in shock. Like the first thing he's like, and she's like, "What the hell? This was here the whole time." Linda admits to him that she's like, "Yeah, I knew about it." And then he turns and faces her. And she has out of nowhere, she has a shotgun.
Well, and even leading up to that, when they go into the house, because he goes in and Linda's already there. She has laptops and security cameras up.
She's got the whole shit.
So I'm like, is this her house? It's not her house, but she has the intercom system going. So he's like trying to figure everything out, and she's telling him the story. He's like, yeah, it was really easy to break into this place and turn off the security cameras, and it's some billionaire, maybe a deaf writer with kids that has a chimp, but and she's just so creepy doing this, and her face is all, and like Chris said, like one of her eyes is all fucked. So she tells the whole story about how, like, when she saw that boat, she followed it. It was the caretakers dropping off supplies. She was able to get the security code from them by watching them. So while she was leaving him on the island, pretty much, she was there. She was, she was eating nice. She was,
living it up, man. She had a bed to sleep in.
It's like, no wonder she was fucking happy all the time. She's got this escape hatch, so to speak. She's like, we could stay here. We could totally stay here. And then, sorry, now you can take it with the...
I jumped ahead a little bit. He actually meets her in the house. She admits to it. She admits to everything. She's like, yep, I knew about this place. I've been here when I'm out with you, all that stuff. She aims a shotgun. So when Bradley finally reaches her and confronts her, she's got a shotgun in hand. She aims it right at him. He's like begging for his life. Please don't kill me. I love you. I want to stay with you here. It could be just us. All that, all the things that you would say when you have a gun pointed at you and you want to live. Of course, he does, as people usually do. She's kind of thinking about it, and then he reaches out and grabs the shotgun because he wants to wrestle it away from her. And lo and behold, the shotgun was unloaded the whole time. Had she pulled the trigger, it wouldn't have done anything. So, but Linda's not feeling very forgiving at this point. And she actually beats old Bradley with a golf club, and she beats him to death.
She picks up golfing. She picks up golfing
and beats the ever-loving shit out of Bradley. Kills him.
This is one of the best lines in the movie because he keeps getting her title wrong. He's like, Linda from accounting? So the whole movie she's like, from strategy and planning. So he even says when so he's about to shoot her with the empty shotgun. He doesn't know it's empty. And he's like, bye, Linda from accounting. And then she's able to get the shotgun back. And she's like, or she gets the golf club. And before she does the fatal blow, she goes, actually, it's strategy and planning. And then it actually cuts. It doesn't show what she does to him, but the swing, and it cuts to she's playing golf on this beautiful 18th hole on this beachside golf course, and you find out through the exposition there in a news report that, yep, she was the sole survivor of this crash, and how she's become this kind of national darling, and
not only that, but she has arrested control of the whole the company from the family. Now that Bradley's dead, guess who runs the company now?
Yep,
somehow
she is. Yep. And so she's driving a nice car. She's with her bird. She's listening to her go-to song,
Blondie.
Which
one way or another, I'm gonna find you.
Which they mentioned earlier in the movie. But
remember all the good times we had together as our lives change. Come whatever. We will still be friends forever.
Hey! Will you shut the fuck up and let me sing?
Yeah, so what's funny is that she tells Bradley earlier in the movie, like, hey, you're going to listen to me because no help is coming. We're here. No help is coming. You have to help yourself. And they're like, oh, you have a book coming out. And she goes, yep, I really wanted a self-help book for people. What's it titled? It's titled No Help is Coming. So basically, she is a completely different person now. She's picked up golf. She's become the person that Bradley wanted her to be in the first place, which I thought was interesting, that transformation. She has obviously a girth of confidence now because of everything that she's been through, and that she can actually be the boss. And yeah, she is. She survived. She's off to.
She made it.
To her. She's off to. A wedding where she's going to meet Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Mm-hmm. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Lock it up. But, man, send help. Mm-hmm. I get the feeling, kind of going back to what you said earlier, you had some beef with the movie.
I did, a little bit.
Tell me.
Here's where my beef comes with it. So it was R-rated, and I was really excited about it because it was Sam Raimi's return to original R-rated movies. Because, like, Drag Me to Hell, we both love. That's PG-13. Spider-Man's are obviously PG-13. Evil Dead, that's where he cut his teeth. Very gory, very bloody, very funny, but very gross. This one did not lean hard enough into the R rating. It started to with the eye gouging and that fight. That was really kind of the vibe I wanted the entire movie. Like, I kept thinking, because his leg is injured, and she even says at one point, she goes, you can't put that much weight on that leg. So I thought he was going to, like, have a compound fracture and snap his leg totally. Like, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the bone to come out. Never did. I feel like they could have shown what she did to him with the golf club. So I was pretty upset with that. Another big beef I had with it was the decisions on the twists, because I loved the twists. I just hated how they were done. I don't think they should have shown the boat earlier in the movie. I think you still could do the X thing and say, don't go over there, I've explored it. And then in the back of your mind, you could just think of, hey, is this, what's over there? Is it really thorn bushes? But you've already seen the boat. You know that she is sabotaging this at some extent. Because then when Bradley turns that corner and he sees not only it's not a boat, it's a fucking house, like that shock would just be crazy. I think that would have been fantastic.
I'd be so pissed.
Really? Well, yeah, if I was Bradley, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be so pissed. I thought that would have been a good... I just thought there were a lot of missed twist opportunities. Part of me was also like, did she sabotage the plane? Like, is she that deranged? That's not a diss on the movie. It was just something that was going through my head. I just didn't think... the CGI, obviously, I thought took away from it. I thought that money could have been better used on... just throw a little bit more blood in there. Make it a little crazy. And I did like the misdirect of the castration, because I truly thought, and like the entire audience, that she was doing it. I thought for sure. I was like, please don't show it. Please don't show it. Like, I was like... I was watching it like this, because I was like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And then obviously the rat comes up and you're like, Sam Raimi, you silly bitch. But I thought it was expertly acted. Those were my biggest beefs. Was I wish that the twist would have been delivered without already seeing the boat earlier in the movie. I thought that would have been a hell of a lot better. And then even then, maybe you don't see the fiance. And maybe that's part of the big twist at the end, is like, hey, actually somebody was here to help you, but I fucking killed their ass. I get why they did it that way, because then that truly just sends Bradley over the edge. Like, you are crazy and I have to get away from you. Whereas... that's the thing that leads to the brutal fight they have on the beach. Right. So I can forgive that. But just, like, how cool would that have been if you have no idea what's on the other side of that island, and then, walk out and you see that fucking house and you're just like, God damn, that's been here the whole time. Like a 10-minute walk or whatever it was. Been here the whole time. I thought that would have been perfect, and it would have... not to say this is a bad movie. I do not hate it at all. I would watch it again tomorrow. I thought it was really entertaining and really fun. There were just a lot of missed opportunities for me. And I'll go through my notes and see if I missed anything. But, like, what were your takeaways on it? Like, were there any negatives on your end?
I mean, so I'm a big Sam Raimi fan, as you know. And the way that he does his films, he has a unique... just kind of films. When you watch a movie, you know it's a Sam Raimi film. And that goes from, where you got to start with Evil Dead to even some of the shots in Spider-Man. They're kind of harkening back to kind of some of the way he does his cinematography. And this one was no different. So for me, it's kind of a treat. Like the quick cuts and the way that it is, particularly during the plane crash, like that's a very Sam Raimi technique. So I love that. To your point, expertly acted. I thought Rachel McAdams and the other guy, I'm never going to remember his name. Dylan O'Brien, is that what his name is?
Timu Adrian Brody.
Acting is fantastic. And the cool thing, too, about this one that I really enjoyed was with Rachel McAdams' character, kind of like you said, like, who do you empathize with? Do you empathize with her, or do you empathize with the other guy? It's like, as the movie goes on, you're slowly introduced to, yeah, she's a survivor, and she's been maltreated her whole life, but does that make it okay for what she's doing? She murders Zuri, who, by the way, Zuri and the captain did nothing wrong at any point. They didn't mistreat her. No, they were not mad to her. They were there to help, and she killed him.
Well, and I did like that interaction, because she meets Zuri earlier in the movie, and that's where she notices her ring, and you can tell, like, as an audience member, you're like, oh, she's probably stuck up, she's materialistic, this and that.
Of course.
she's like the nicest person ever. She goes back to Linda and like, I'm so happy you're alive. And, you know, she is just truly just thrilled. And what trophy wife is going to go rent a boat and go out on her own instead of just take the inheritance? Like, it showed.
And by
a
the
lot
way,
of her character.
Go out on her own when the search has been already called off. They're like, yeah, they're probably dead. It's like, nope, I'm not giving up.
Yeah, so it's a complete subversion of that character expectation. And the fact that, yeah, so you just totally killed this innocent chick. And is that because, obviously, you didn't want to be found, but B, because you had this, you know, you had this thought that she just didn't deserve what she had or whatever. That was a really interesting moment. A little unrealistic that would happen, but still loved it. I thought, because Zuri's in the movie for like 3-minute total screen time, not in it very often, but
gets the message across that Linda is deranged and is being deranged and acting deranged, all that stuff. And then she dies. You can truly tell that Zuri loves Bradley. Like, she loves him, not just him with him for the money or anything like that. And Linda talks about it with Bradley a little bit, like when they're just making small talk on the island, and you know. She's like, I bet you miss your fiance, and he's just like, eh. So like maybe he manipulates Zuri too. You don't know. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and it even goes back to Bradley. It's like, yeah, he was a dick. I don't think he deserved that fate, especially when she was hiding so much shit from him. You know, they could have been hanging out in that house, man. I would have been. You're right. I would have been furious.
It's been weeks. I've been out here on the beach for weeks.
They open up the fridge and there's like 40 bottles of water.
It's everything that you could possibly need to survive for a long time.
Yeah,
right there.
There's wine. There's
food.
It's truly like the Survivor, which I haven't watched Survivor very often, but I do know they get the like the food challenges where if you win, you get like a pizza.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you some real food if you win. If you'll first just eat these rotten figs that have maggots inside of them.
Right. Yeah. It's Survivor meets Fear Factor. There you go. But yeah, those were really my beefs with it. Obviously, CGI takes me out of it. I could forgive that though. At least for the plane crash more. I was like the boar, because like. The head that she throws, it's a really cool practical effect. Yeah. And like the cool shit that she did, I'm like, I want to see that on a practical one. Like, you know, put it on a paper mache head or whatever. But her visual with like the blood on her face and stuff is, yeah, it's really good storytelling. It's a movie where it was a weird one because I'm not going to say it flew by, because it didn't. The first part of the movie is pretty slow. Obviously, when you're getting into the office aspects of it, we've all had that shitty boss that micromanages, that just doesn't that
treats you like shit.
He's the gatekeeper. He blocks you from a promotion. All that. So who wouldn't want to take revenge on their boss on a desert island?
We've all had that fantasy.
Yes, exactly. So you know, and he even says at one point, he's like. Because she's like, you know, this isn't bad. We got great company. We got food. We got shelter. We got beautiful beach. And he's like, no offense, but this is the last place on earth I want to be right now. She's like, geez, okay. So, yeah, they go through the office dynamics. But I never, even though it was a little slow, like, I looked down at my watch and I was like, I still have 40 minutes left on this movie, and I'm so glad I have that much time left. Like, I didn't want to look down at my watch and be like, oh shit, I got 10 minutes left on this? This is gonna...
Yeah, it was one that you're interested in every facet of it, despite the slow burn kind of start. Once they get there and things start happening, you're like, I want more. Keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, it's Castaway, and my wife actually said, she's like, couldn't they have made a volleyball Wilson? Couldn't they do that again?
It's Castaway meets... Harrison Ford did 40 Days and 40 Nights with Anne Heche.
Mm-hmm. Another interesting point is, because the knife is a big aspect of the movie. And when they get to the house, she's like, because he's going through the drawers to try and find a weapon, and there's only spoons. Because she's like, oh, I took all the knives away.
Yeah.
Except for one. She's like, you really think a knife like this washed up on shore? Come on. And so it's just like, just how helpless he is and how dumb he is. Yeah, it's just, It is really good. Let me go through my notes here and see if I missed anything on this, because we had some funny ones. We had some good discussions on it. That is one twist that I wanted to see, too, is I thought at one point that he was dead from the start. I thought that maybe she made it up all in her mind, and that just because that's how deranged like
heat delirium on the island or something like that.
I did make a note, and I'm going to stick by it, but that it's not a horror film. I saw it more as a survival thriller.
Agreed.
I thought it was marketed a little misleading because I was expecting like this super gore fest and like how she's going to like, is she going to chop off his feet? Is she, is she
going to slowly do things to him over the course? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So not that, I said, it's the best performance of Rachel McAdams' career. I would challenge you or anyone else to tell me I'm wrong on that. I can't think of one that she did better. So many missed twist opportunities. I said he chickened out on the gore. I thought there could have been a lot of opportunities there. I said Dylan O'Brien was great. Felt like a Timu Adrian Brody, so that was true. I said better twist if the entire houseboat area was left unseen until the climax. Literally, word for word on my note, was that the fucking house from Primate? Where the fuck is Ben?
Ben jumps out and kills them both.
Yeah, rips off someone's face. He runs into the vet. Yeah. Then obviously the big ass tree trunk. BDA. Where's Big Dick Alpha? Big Dick Tree Trunk. Oh yeah, and then the last one I put because they have that moment in the cave, and I said, did they hook up in the cave? Did they?
What's going to happen is the camera actually zooms out from the tree trunk, and you realize it's just the alpha's dick.
It is. Samson, you dirty motherfucker.
What are you doing here, Samson?
It's Dr. Kelson's house.
Yeah.
The bone temple's on the other side of the island.
There you go.
There you go. Is that Iron Maiden I hear?
Jimmy Savile?
I was like, did they hook up in the cave? Because they do the body warmth thing, and then she wakes up and she's kind of covering up, and he's out building his secret raft. But so I was just like, I don't know if they hooked up in the cave or not. I don't know. It goes back to your question: how long do you wait if you're stranded on an island?
There you go. There you go. How long does it take?
If there's those two attractive people, come on.
They do look both really good. I've always had a crush on Rachel McAdams.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because when he comes back to her to beg for forgiveness and whatnot, and to get some of the sushi spread, she's just like, "Well, how far are you willing to go?" And then he starts taking off his shirt, and she's like, "Put your shirt back on." I'm kidding, but like that's kind of the guy that he.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. There's a lot of it's definitely worth a second watch because there's a lot of different things that you could pick out. I even thought, I don't think it happened, but I was like, did she actually get all the fruit from the forest, or did she?
I would think the spread that she made, the sauces and all that stuff. You have to. Where else are you gonna get that stuff?
Right. And they present it did she gut this one thing to plate? Because she plates it like she's on fucking Chopped.
She watched the Great British Baking Show. I'll tell you that.
She did. Yeah. Gordon Ramsay would be proud here. But yeah, those are my notes on it. Also, Moana. Big shout out to Moana. Had a lot. We even said when they did a zoom in, when they zoomed in on the island, you're like, that's fucking Te Fiti.
So you're saying you and Riley can get down and watch this at some
point? Exactly. Yeah. Taka knocked out the plane from the air. Maui.
She does have a parrot, which is kind of like the.
She does, yeah. He can't get past the reef. It's fucking Moana. No one goes beyond the reef. Anyway, okay, that's enough Moana references. So, guys, that is send help. Help yourself by watching it. I will start with this. While I did love this movie, seeing that house just made me remember how much I love Ben. So Ben's staying at the Champ there. But I will tell you, you can take Silent Hill out of it. Between this, 28 years later, Bone Temple, and Primate, 3 out of 4 bangers this
100%. And we're going into more. We've got, obviously, Scream 7 at the end of the month. Mm-hmm. We've got The Mortuary Assistant coming up next month. I mean, we are starting this year off with just things that I know are going to be great bangers. And it's just one after the other. So we chose the right time to start this podcast because we're going to have some heavy hitters.
Mm-hmm. And shout out, you wanted to give a shout out. You texted me.
I did, yes.
Well, first, where does this movie land on our rankings? Since that's what this whole fucking show's about.
That's what we got to do, right?
Yep.
As much as I love this as well, this is definitely all of it is great, but it just doesn't knock Ben off either. Or Primate. Primate's you just love it, you know?
Well, wasn't your number one Bone Temple?
I did use Bone Temple at the top, but it's not going to knock off Bone Temple for me either.
Okay, figured.
So if I had to rank these three, I'd have Bone Temple at the top, and then I'd have Primate, and then I'd have Send Help. Which is not to say that any of these that Bone Temple and Primate are bad, because they're fantastic. That just goes to show how much I love all three of them.
You just love Big Dick Alpha, that's all.
I mean, Samson's my guy.
Who doesn't? Okay, but you wanted to give a shout out to one of your favorite movies of all time.
Special shout out to the John Carpenter's The Thing. It is being recognized and inducted in what's the word?
The National Film Registry?
The National Film Registry is adding it to its list as culturally and societally significant, which is fantastic. I love to see it. So, huge shout out, John Carpenter's The Thing. Again, if you guys haven't seen The Thing by now, what are you doing with your life? Go see it.
Yeah, you have to. It's part of...
You have to. It's part of American culture now.
Yeah. My only beef is what took them so fucking long.
I'm saying, right? 40 years later.
I wanted to give a shout out for Oscar nods. Sinners. Fuck.
Let's go, baby. 15 Oscar nods.
Insane.
Out of this world.
Weapons is in there. A couple like horror's doing.
Horror's having a resurgence, man. It's a renaissance.
Which obviously, you know, our first episode, your number one favorite from the previous year was Sinners, and mine was Weapons. And obviously, Sinners is gonna be looked upon more favorably on the Academy because, you know, it does have the historical context to it, and
you know, and I'll be the first to say it. We know the Academy loves them some diversity, so
absolutely. And I mean, this movie, literally the last scene of the movie, spoiler alert, is is fucking up Nazis. I guess not the last total scene in the movie, but yeah. Not Nazis, fuck. White supremacists. KKK.
White supremacists, yep.
Might as well. Same thing. Whatever.
Yeah. Both of them could die.
Yep. So cool. Recommendation for this episode.
I'm gonna let you take the first one this time.
Okay. So this one, I'm actually interested to see if you saw this, because it came out, God, I want to say it was maybe like 2008, 2009. I remember seeing it in theaters. I went to the old Chinese theater, AMC, to see it. And it's been on streaming. Well, you guys know I like to go with the theme here on kind of the episodes and have a recommendation that sticks with that theme. So I'm going to do one where people are trapped on a vacation. They don't get stranded. You know, a plane doesn't crash or anything. Otherwise, we just do fucking Green Inferno and be done with it. But this one is called The Ruins. Have you seen it?
I indeed have seen it. I just bought the book last year. I'm excited to read it this year.
Okay. So
fantastic choice.
Mm-hmm. So The Ruins is it's these friends. You've seen this movie before. These friends are on vacation. They're in Mexico and they want to go check out this Aztec temple. These ruins of an Aztec temple, and they get there, and they're taken there by this guide that you know, he knows the jungle, he knows the area. They go there. And they walk up to the stairs, and they're checking it out. They look, and they start seeing people start, let's call them locals, come up and start surrounding in the wooded area around it. And they're saying stuff. They don't speak the language, so they don't know. One of the guys tries to approach them, and he gets murdered. Essentially, these locals are quarantining them to these ruins.
You can't leave once you've been up there.
Nope. Once you've touched something, you can't leave. And you find out, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's some hella gore in this one. There's something in there. Some people love it, some people hate it. I just love the acting in it. It's some B movie acting, but there's some funny one-liners in there, but it is just terrifying because it's something that they literally have no control over. They are trapped in these ruins. There is something in there that is affecting them. They cannot leave because they will be shot on sight. And there's actually a point where I think one of the guys throws something from the ruins and it touches a kid that's one of the locals, and they off the kid. That's how serious they are on this. Excuse me, sorry. So check out The Ruins. It's one that I go back to on a gloomy day. I'm like, oh, I'll watch The Ruins, and then I immediately regret it. Yep. Yep. And there's some gnarly gore in this one
Yes.
that will stick with you. So check out The Ruins if you're into people getting trapped on a vacation.
And accosted by, well, no, I won't give anything away. Check it out. All right, I'm going with a newer one. I was actually going to save this for our next, I shouldn't say our next, our first body horror episode, but I think this will be more of an honorable mention in that episode than anything else. But I'm going with The Ugly Stepsister, which is on Shudder. It's a retelling of the Cinderella story from one of the stepsisters' perspectives. And obviously in the story of Cinderella is a beautiful one who meets the prince, and that certainly happens here, but you also know that the stepsisters were also dolled up to meet the prince. And one of the stepsisters went through some pretty alarming and extreme body modification / transformation to get the prince's attention. And suffice to say that the journey of these modifications and what she's willing to do to herself to win the prince over are pretty extreme. You guys may not understand that plastic surgery was in its infancy back then and no anesthesia. Women would swallow tapeworms to have them hatch inside of them so that they could lose weight. All kinds of things like that. And man, is this one going to twist your stomach a little bit. So definitely not one to watch with a significant other. Definitely not one to watch while you're eating. But The Ugly Stepsister, it's streaming now on Shudder. It's up there, man. It's up there.
So you brought up the body horror, and I think we've waited long enough. I think next Wednesday...
Are we going to make this happen?
I think next Wednesday we should do our top 5 each. Body horror. Now, it'll be interesting because you have seen way more body horror than I have. So
I've given you some good recommendations.
You have, and I'm so scared to check out some of them. But so our lists will probably be vastly different on this.
This is going to be awesome.
I can't wait for it. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm going to be disgusted by the end of it.
We're going to need to take another shower. I'm just saying that.
It's going to be one of those shower episodes where we need to. God damn it. Okay, fine. Body horror next Wednesday. That's what we're doing. So
Body horror Wednesday.
Yep. Reach out to us. Let us know what you guys think on Send Help. Let us know if you would have done anything different on it, where it ranks for you guys, for the movies that we have covered, and why Silent Hill can just go to hell. But had a lot of fun with this one. Definitely check it out, if not for anything else, but just to see the range that Rachel McAdams goes through in this movie. It truly
and then go watch The Notebook.
It's not that simple. It's not that simple. All right, guys. On that note, have a great one. Keep watching scary movies. Go to the theater and watch them. My theater was packed for Send Help. I love it.
Same.
You know, keep the industry alive. That's what we want. So we'll see you next Wednesday for this fucking disgusting episode. Okay. Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to the Roasted Snow Horror Show.
Please follow us on our social media pages and tell your friends.
Pretty please!